you already generated bodhicitta. Now you think how I can understand emptiness. The phenomena around us, which is we attach on the phenomena. The phenomena around us we generated hatred. All the phenomena as a kind of true nature, kind of true aspect. One is the actual aspect, which is true. Another aspects we think is a real aspect, those are not real. Those are like illusion. For example, when you look around your phenomena, you cannot see the changes of the phenomena. And we believe those are kind of permanent. These are the real aspect. It confuses us. It triggers us to generate attachment. So we need to know the real aspect, then the fact, the not real aspect. Things are there, merely exist dependently. For us, everything independent, particularly when you think I, me, mine, me, like a independent, is independent from the body. It is look like very independent from minds, speech. These are the not real aspect of I. I is merely designated, established. The eyes only exists based on the five aggregates. I is only merely designated phenomena based on the five aggregates. Please meditate on emptiness of me and I. So when we meditate on emptiness, great compassion, bodhicitta must be there as a foundation. Then we can enter into emptiness. So when we practice great compassion, bodhicitta, wisdom, the understanding of emptiness must be there as a foundation. Then how we can compound the two bodhicittas. Also then we know how to compound two bodhicittas with the 6 perfections. In our lifetime, so we study Dharma for many years, from many teachers to many centers, but when you analyze how much Dharma knowledge you have, yes, you can fully understand previous and compare with 5 years ago, better. Compare with 3 years ago, much better. Compare with 1 year before, my Dharma knowledge is very good. That means your Dharma knowledge increase. Second, when you compare how much the negative thoughts decrease compared with 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, within few months, if you really realize, you feel, before I was very angry person, now my anger is reduced. Before I have so many attachment, now my attachment is, reduced. Before I was very, egotistic person, now my ego is decreased. Before I have a very close mind, I was very close-minded person. Now my mind is more open. I become more open-minded person. Means the Dharma knowledge, the understanding of Dharma is changing your life. Also, a few years ago, compared with a few years before and now, before I take everything, I didn't have let it go or let them go. Whatever come, I hold them. So compared with a few years and now, I'm more easy to let them go. I'm more easy, practicing forgiveness. Means you are gradually transforming. That means the Dharma is really, affecting your life. Otherwise, there's no any changes. Mean your mind, Dharma is always be totally separate. For those people, if you have this kind of experience, that means simply you study Dharma as a history or story. When you look at when you read a big history book, after you finish reading the books, you have just knowledge. Here there was a king, there was a queens, a king has this power, but just you are, like watching how a serious movie, but there's no any changes. That's mean we should not, study Dharma. We should not read Dharma as a story or history book. We always read the Dharma book. We always use the Dharma book. It is one of the best prescription to control negative thoughts, decrease negative thoughts, increase positive thoughts. Particularly all the understanding of Dharma you can use, you can apply directly, indirectly to realize emptiness. Somehow, I said many times in the past, first, as a human being, we must be very different from, animal, like a dog. If you have a big dog, pet dog, what is the difference is you and your pet dog? You are sleeping, the big pet dog, the pet dog also sleeping. You dream, the dog also dream. You eat, the dog also eat. You play, the dog also plays. So what is the difference between you and your dog, your cats? One is very unique because you can make money, right? But the dog, no. First, we really have to be totally distinguished from the animals. Animal also always wish to be happy. They're always searching happiness. They also try to avoid suffering. So what's the differences between you and animal? Second, after you distinguish, you totally realize, yes, me and dog is different because this and that. Now, second, you must distinguish what is the differences between me and non-believer. You cannot see much difference. The non-believer people, eat, drink, play, go, sleep, earn money, have a house, have a car, enjoy life, have a children. So what difference is between you and the non-believer? Then, after you really able to distinguish believer and non-believer, then within the believer, What is the difference between you and the people, your friend who follow other religions like Hinduism, Christianity, Islam, Taoism. So we have temple, other people have a church, mosque, synagogue, right? So there's no difference. We have a same temple. Also we make offering, they also make offering. We do prostration, they also do prostration. We recite, we chant, they also chant. We believe in a being who has a power like Buddha. They also believe in God. So what is the difference between you as a Buddhist and the people who follow other religion? We cannot see much different. Actually, there must be, we must be different. Second, as now you as a Mahayan practitioner, Mahayan follower, you must compare. You are follow the Mahayan teaching. There are so many of your friends who follow the Theravada or Hinayana teachings. What the difference is? You cannot see much difference because you don't really practice the Mahayan part. So we should not really, learn Dharma as a story or history, you have a habit to read the books. You must use the Dharma, most important, prescription, description, how you can be distinguished from the animal, how you yourself distinguish from a non-believer, how you distinguish within the Buddhist or believer, then within the Buddhist. Now the point is here, so we ourselves consider, I follow, the Mahayan Buddhist tradition. I follow Bodhisattva path. Do we seriously follow the Mahayan teaching? Do we seriously follow the Bodhisattva path? Actually, among us, maybe 1% Mahayan, believe as considered as a Mahayan practitioner. Only we can find only 1%. But 99% are just verbally, mentally, emotionally. You say, "Oh, I'm Buddhist. I follow religion. I am Buddhist. I follow Mahayan. I practice Buddhism. I practice great compassion." Verbally, yes, you are. In the reality, you are not. So we should not, pass our life this way because we are not that young compared with 90, 80 years. We are quite young compared with 10, 20, 15, like 15, 30 years old. We are very old. So the rest of the life, we do the pure and practical Dharma practice. Clear? Now, let's say, based on the great compassion, we generated bodhicitta. Based on bodhicitta, then we meditate on emptiness. So why we have to combine, that bodhicitta, great compassion, and the wisdom? Why we have to practice all together? So today we start from that concept. Page number 22. So like a foundation at first, you reflect on the Four Noble Truths, particularly first two truths. Then generate renunciation. Wish to free from samsara. Not only wish to free from samsara for my own benefit for all sentient being. Then slowly you generate equanimity, then loving kindness, then great compassion, then bodhicitta. Uh, if you can use certain amount of mindfulness. After you generated, like a conventional bodhicitta, then you can use only one object. You apply one object to understand emptiness, which is easy for you. It's up to you. For me, I always use the one stanza from the one of the sutra, a beautiful, the garden and flower, uh, the beautiful like a palace, and those are look so beautiful. All of them merely designated phenomena, nothing exists independently. So also, different people has a different, kind of mind. Sometimes when you use flower, consider as a beautiful. So when you look at beautiful flower, you feel, wow, the flower is so beautiful. They use just one simple, always use same flower until you really understand the flower is merely exist, arise, it be there because of the causes and condition. Then slowly analyze more precisely, then there's not such a solid thing within the flower. You can say, oh, this is the flower. Then gradually one day, you're really going to realize emptiness of the flower. Right? Once you understand emptiness of the flower, then very simple. All phenomena like this. Because all phenomena has the same nature. But the conventional phenomena, we cannot say everything like this. Right? For example, when you go to the fruit market, the wet market, you want to buy apple. In India, they always ask you to test the apple, test the mango. They select the best mango, ask you to test. When you test piece of the mango, you think, wow, the mango is so good, I want to buy 10 pieces. How we know all the 10 pieces are sweet as if you test? That conventional phenomena, you cannot say anything like this. Impermanence also can say. When you realize impermanence of the flower, then you can say all conditioned phenomena are exactly same, changing momentarily. But otherwise, so difficult. So emptiness is, in a way, profound, difficult. If you use, your wisdom, use one object, continuously analyze, you may realize emptiness. Then what you can say, all phenomena are like this. Then when you look at the food, car, house, people, anything, when you look like really, that illusion. Remember one time Yeshua said, so actually when I look at everything for me, it's just illusion. Also, when we say, illusion, when you think like illusion, it doesn't mean nothing there. Things there, but things are not there as a what we believe. Right? Then now you know, oh, if I understand emptiness, then things like illusion. If you realize everything like illusion, like a product of the magician, then when you see beautiful like a house, I don't think you're going to attach to, right? It's like illusion. When you say delicious food, I don't think you can have a sense of strong desire. You fully realize it's like an illusion. Until now, we have a very strong attachment, anger, desire, ego. I said, I'm very intelligent, I'm a very good person. So when we believe I is very solid, when you realize I, self is just merely designated, it's there, but not there as an independence, like illusion. Means somebody praise you, wow, you are such a good person, wow, you are very famous, you are very rich. You don't feel any sense of ego. You never feel sense of pride. So you yourself realize you're like illusion. Right? So at that point, they now say Bodhisattva, possessing wisdom. Oh no, then realize emptiness. Then when you realize emptiness, then you practice and you use the emptiness of object and try to achieve shamatha and vipassana. Then before you really achieve, reach to the vipassana, still you can compound the wisdom which realizes emptiness, great compassion, bodhicitta, and the other perfections. For example, I always say, you are going to offer a light. When you offer a light, if somebody, use the lighter, what happened? The candle going to be burned, flared. Have you realized that moment? What does it mean, dependent origination? Think that you just trigger the button, the fire spark, the candle light, burn. Dependent origination. Then have you realized you offer a light? Look at this, two candles are offering this morning. Every moment the fire consume the candle. Actually, we see it take time. Actually, there's no such a time. It's really consuming. After 5 hours, what happened? The candle is no more there. Like us, our life. Since we were born, actually, we are rushing towards end of this life. We don't realize. Even this simple candle light, use the candle light, you're going to understand dependent origination. You're going to understand impermanence. Also, just let a candle light, you're going to realize the power of wisdom. The room is very dark. You lit a light, the place become luminous. Right? So therefore, within one simple action can be triggered to realize dependent origination, impermanence, emptiness. Also, particularly we will realize, the death. So therefore, it's important. Look, according to Buddhism, it's a dharma, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. But the concept of dharma is everything. The table is dharma. The book is dharma. Everything is dharma. In order to practice pure dharma, you not 100% you need Buddha statue. You don't need temple. You don't need mala. You use your wisdom. You look around. Everything you can apply as a dharma to decrease your negative thought, increase your positive thought. Even though when you see the old people walking on the street, when you see the old people cleaning the food court, cleaning toilet, have you able to generate great compassion, bodhicitta? Have you able to say thank you? Me, I'm not the high practitioner. When I go to toilet, when I see, that most of you cannot say very young people, educated, cleaning the toilet. Mostly, auntie, uncle, more than, older than me. I always say thank you. Imagine you have a job cleaning toilet. You have a job calling the tray. If you put the, your color. How do you feel? Somebody put your tray or cup on the like this. You just go. How do you feel? Happy? You feel so upset, but no choice. You say, hey, life's like that. And you leave. Okay, return the tray. If there's someone say, okay, thank you so much. Feel so happy. It's just a word. If you have a little like $5, $2, $3, without seeing other, you just put there. For me, when I go pilgrimage in the hotel, I never give money to the people directly. I always left like $50, sorry, 50 rupees or 100 rupees or 20 rupees under the bedsheet. Who will get the money? Yeah. The cleaner. Otherwise, who bring your luggage, who walk around the restaurant, they got lot of tip. Who clean the room, even though someone left, they take out the luggage, make sure that the people will come and check if they make sure they have no money. But I don't think they open the bed sheet. Right? And then you left there 100 rupees or 10 rupees or then they know the cleaner, the room cleaner, wow, the person has a very deep thoughts. They think about us. This is also dharma. What we do, when we visit temple, you open your wallet, put money, you do in Chinatown, there's a more than 100 more than everybody like 10 cents, ding, 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 ding. When you come out from the temple, you say one auntie, collect the what do you call the box. Have you paid any money for that? No. So therefore I said dharma. Look at that. Now you understand that everything you can have as a dharma. If you go this kind of practice for few months, surely you will realize my attachment decrease, my ego decrease, my compassion is generating, my pure love is increasing. Also, you're going to realize, yes, now I understand what Buddha said, all sentient being as your dear mother. Now you really feel whoever you see, like your parents, your relatives. Right? So this is very simple, very important. Therefore, if here the Bodhisattva possess wisdom, but not skillful means would be like the hearers. Right? That means we need to realize, understand emptiness. The emptiness must practice with a skillful mean great compassion, bodhicitta. If we practice only the wisdom, then we're going to be like hearer who are unable to engage in the deeds of Buddhas. But they can do so when they're supported by skillful means. That in the wisdom supported by like a great compassion, bodhicitta, or six perfections, then the practitioner can engage in the deeds of Buddha. As quotation, it is like this. For instance, the analogy is very nice. King who are supported by minister can accomplish all their purpose. Similarly, right? We again, let's say we have one prime minister in Singapore. Due to be a minister, someday you can see what Singapore is become such as much better. Then we say, wow, our prime minister is so good, so good. We never think other ministers, right? We never think all the citizens. We always want to 1%. Without other minister, chief minister, right? Chief minister cannot do anything. Therefore, like here, instant, the kings who are supported by minister can accomplish all the purpose. Similarly, when the wisdom of Bodhisattva is thoroughly supported by skillful means, such as Bodhisattva also perform all the activity of the Buddha. The philosophical view of the part of the Bodhisattva is different from the philosophical part of the non-Buddhist and hearer, right? Therefore, the realizing that wisdom must be different from the hearers, the wisdom must be different from the non-Buddhist. For example, since the philosophical view of the part of non-Buddhists previously absorbed as a truly existent self, and so forth, such as a path is completely and always divorced from wisdom. Therefore, they cannot attain liberation. A non-Buddhist cannot attain liberation because they don't understand, emptiness. Hearer, can understand emptiness, but the hearer not going to attain Buddhahood because he or she not going to, they don't practice bodhicitta. A Bodhisattva can achieve Buddhahood because realize emptiness plus practice bodhicitta. The hearer are supported, separated from the great compassion and divorce of the skillful mean. Therefore, the single-mindedly endure to the achieve nirvana. That means hearer only can achieve liberation because the hearer, the self-realizer, they are divorced of the skillful means. In their path, Bodhisattva ensure wisdom and skillful means, so they endure to achieve the non-abiding nirvana. Now you can see the different, nirvana, hearer and Bodhisattva. When Bodhisattva achieve nirvana, the nirvana we name non-abiding nirvana. Right? Non-abiding nirvana is come later. The Bodhisattva path consists of the wisdom and skillful means, and therefore they attain non-abiding nirvana. Because of power of wisdom, they do not fall into sacred existence. Due to power of skillful means, they do not fall into nirvana. So, Bodhisattva going to achieve nirvana. The nirvana name non-abiding nirvana. Let's say, for example, you really wanted to be a doctor. Right? You study for many years because you really wanted to be a doctor. One day, let's say you become a doctor. Then you just want to be relaxed. What do you want to do? What do you have to do after you become a doctor? You have to go to hospital. You have to look after the patients. Right? You become a doctor not for relaxing. You want to be a doctor to look after all the patients. Therefore, becoming doctor is not just abide in the hospital. Look after the patients. Like Bodhisattva, he or she really want to be Buddha because answer is he want to benefit all sentient beings. When after become Buddha, the Bodhisattva become more busy. Until you become doctor, what you do, you have to study every day, right? After you become doctor, you can be more busy. You have to study more books. You have to look for so many different patients. So you have to know so many different kinds of disease. You become more busy. Therefore, Bodhisattva becoming Buddha only to benefit others. Therefore, they're not going to just remain in the nirvana state. Therefore, non-abiding nirvana. Achieve nirvana, they don't just stay there, remain in the nirvana state. Will come back on the samsara to benefit sentient being. Therefore, due to power of compassion, what happened? Due to power of skillful mean, they do not fall into nirvana. Clear? Due to power of wisdom, they're not going to fall into samsara. Realize emptiness, they're going to cut the road of samsara. due to the power, they're not going to remain in the nirvana state, come back to the samsara. The hill of the Gaya Sutra says the Bodhisattva path, in short, is twofold. The two are skillful means and wisdom. The first among the supreme and the glorious also says the perfections of wisdom is the mother. Right? The Bodhisattva paths, in short, how many fold? Twofold. What are they? Skillful means and wisdom. Skillful means include direct compassion, bodhicitta, five perfections. Then plus the wisdom. And Buddha Shakyamuni name wisdom as a what? Wisdom is mother. And XPT in skillful mean is a father. That means wisdom is like a mother. The skillful mean great compassion, bodhicitta, six perfection like a father. What does mean? What does mean? The child is like a Chinese or Singaporean. It depends on whom. The child is, huh? Let's say this child is Singaporean, this child is Chinese. It depends on father, right? Now you can see, therefore, the practitioner is a hearer or Mahayan practitioner. It depends on the skillful mean, the great compassion, bodhicitta. If you practice bodhicitta, then you can say you are bodhisattva, you are not bodhisattva. If they only realize emptiness, we cannot say you are bodhisattva, you are hearer. They both equally realize emptiness. Like a mother can give a Chinese son, Singaporean son, Singaporean child. Mother can give a birth, any kinds of race. Father can give only one race child, right? Therefore, bodhicitta is like a father. Distinguish, how to distinguish Hira or Mahayan. The wisdom like a mother, cannot really distinguish, you are Hira because of wisdom, you are Bodhisattva because of wisdom. Both they equally realize emptiness. This would come quite often, this one, father and mother. Father, the teaching of Vimala's Kirti also says, what is the bondage for the Bodhisattva and what is the liberation? Upholding life in the sacred existence, the most skillful means is a bondage. If Bodhisattva only practice bodhicitta, don't practice wisdom, then the Bodhisattva always remain in samsara, right? No matter how many years practice bodhicitta, the person still in samsara. Why? The person haven't realized emptiness. That means no matter how powerful you are, if your body tied with a strong kind of rope somewhere, you cannot run away. That means they practice bodhicitta for many, many years, but the life, the person is still bound into samsara because of ignorance. Right? Therefore, without practicing wisdom, only practicing bodhicitta also bondage for the bodhisattva. To lead life in the sacred existence with skillful means is liberation. Then practice bodhicitta, get compassion with the wisdom, then the bodhisattva life is skillful means is a liberation. Upholding life in the sacred existence, divorce of the wisdom is bondage for bodhisattva. To live to life in the sacred existence with the wisdom is liberation. Wisdom not conjoined, right? Wisdom not conjoined with the skillful mean is bondage. That means wisdom always conjoined with the skillful mean. Skillful mean also must conjoin with the wisdom. Therefore, remember the two wings, wing of the wisdom, wings of the skillful methods. Now we can see that the bird, we cannot see, birds flying so far with the one wing. We haven't seen that. You can see that some bird really flying here, there, for a long time with the two wing. Also, can you see the two wing together just, pull up, down? No, it's going like this, right? Flipping. That means when the practice wisdom, the power of practicing wisdom is more presence. Then the skillful meaning is little bit, you can say, little bit, the energy is bit lower. When the practice bodhicitta, the practice of bodhicitta is more, stronger. The wisdom is little bit weaker. Therefore, kanjong is also come later. The skillful mean not conjoined with the wisdom is bondage. Skillful mean conjoined with the wisdom is liberation. If Bodhisattva cultivate mere wisdom, fall into nirvana, deserve a hearer. Let's say if there's no such if Bodhisattva only practice, cultivate mere wisdom, then the Bodhisattva become hearer. Right? There's a story with a lifetime. Even though remember the Digna Cholang, right? He was Bodhisattva. He really wanted to write a pramana text. He just composed the salutation to the Buddha on the flat stone. Then he went for, for begging lunch on board in the village. When he came back, returned to the meditation place, someone threw away the stone. Next morning, he wrote again the salutation on the rock, flat rock. He left for on board. Came back, someone also, threw the salutation of the Buddha. Then third day, he wrote a sentence. They say, if you're just playing with me, if you're just chasing me, don't throw away. It will be very important. If you want to debate with me, please wait me. I will come back after finish my board. The third day, when he reached to the meditation place, he saw one of the non-Buddhist scholars waiting for him for debate. Then debate means not fighting out, their discussion. They want to exchange knowledge. After exchange knowledge with the Digna, then the non-scholar, he lost the debate. He gets so angry. So he have a power to produce fire from moth. He produce fire and then burn his whole object. He doesn't have a lot of object like we have, right? Maybe 2-3 sets of clothes, maybe some grass matters. He burned everything. Then Digna also get very angry. He thought, I don't think I can practice bodhicitta. I don't think I can practice bodhicitta. I'm going to give up bodhicitta. He thought. Right? Just angry with one person. Then suddenly, and the Manjushri appeared to him. He said, please don't think that way. You're going to decrease, you're going to diminish your bodhicitta. Since today, I will be your teacher. Right? So that moment, if Asanga, give up practicing bodhicitta, what happened? He's going to be hearer or slave raza. He already have a renunciation. He give up bodhicitta, practicing bodhicitta. Like us, right? Also, we have a same experience. We're going to have a same experience. Morning, you generate bodhicitta, get compassion, bodhicitta. Your mind is so full of compassion, and you get out from your house, your neighbor throw the trash on your door. Wow. There, no compassion, no Buddhism. You lock the door, bang, bang, bang. That moment you have to be very careful. Have to be careful. Otherwise, you can see. We walk, like 2 steps. After a few hours, back, step back, 2 back step 2 back. Tomorrow, walk another 3 steps. After that, back 4 steps. Instead of going up, you are going down and down, down, down. Therefore, that time, surely you must respond to your neighbors without losing your compassion, bodhicitta. You must say, knock the door, say, oh, I'm so sorry to say that, please don't, throw the trash in front of my door. If you can, without knowing that, you just clean the trash, collect the trash, throw somewhere. If you do always, then what happens? I never always throw the trash in your door. They know you are super. Therefore, without having anger, hatred, losing your love and compassion, you must respond. Otherwise, practicing bodhicitta means everybody will take advantage. You should not be like that. Therefore, here, bondage cannot achieve non-abiding nirvana. So, wisdom separated from skillful meaning is the bondage for bodhisattva. Therefore, just as a person chilled by the wind, just as a person chilled by the wind, seek the comfort to fire. So this analogy, the bodhisattva cultivate the wisdom of emptiness along with the skillful mean to eliminate the wind of the wrong view. But he do not endeavor actualize his here to do. That means he can realize emptiness, he can achieve nirvana, but he should not just remain in the nirvana state. Therefore, the concept of reincarnation is come from there. O son of the good family, it is like for instance, a person who is thoroughly devoted to the fire, who respect and is regard as a guru, will not think, because I respect, honor, and granted fire, I should hold it in both hands. Is it because he realized that to do so will give him physical pain and cause mental discomfort? Similarly, Bodhisattva also aware of nirvana, but also do not try to actualize it. Is it because he realized that by doing so he would be turning away from the enlightenment? That means he just wished to realize emptiness only to benefit all sentient beings. The Bodhisattva, achieving Buddhahood, look like going to have a container to serve water for others or drink water for yourself. And here and realizer going to achieve liberation, they are looking, they always wish to have a very comfort zone. To live there, go there, just remain there forever. Now you can see differences here. If he relies merely on skillful means, merely on skillful means, the Bodhisattva will not transcend ordinary level, and thus they will only be bondage. Therefore, cultivate skillful means along with the wisdom. By the power of wisdom, Bodhisattva can transform even the disturbing emotion into the nectar. And cultivate skillful means along with the what? Along with the wisdom. By this power, which power? Skillful means along with the wisdom, wisdom along with the skillful means. By the power of wisdom, Bodhisattva can transform what? Transform even the disturbing emotion into the nectar. Like poison under the tantric spill, this is not need to express the goodness of the generosity and so forth, which lead to the natural elevated state of the existence. Now this sentence gives us big kind of lessons. If we are able to practice both together, great compassion, wisdom, or wisdom and bodhicitta, our negative emotion can transform as a nectar, right? Nectar. Therefore, now you can see the practice of giving and taking, right? So the person practice great compassion with the wisdom, wisdom with the bodhicitta. Then when the person really sick, he or she never feel upset. The sickness, the disease can be very powerful trigger to develop the great compassion bodhicitta furthermore, more and more. Also, you always practice great compassion with the bodhicitta, bodhicitta with the wisdom. Then somebody, argue with you. Somebody criticizes on you. Somebody says so many bad things behind you. Everything going to be very important trigger you to, generate bodhicitta and get compassion. Therefore, how you the negative thought, our own anger and anger attachment can be transformed as a nectar. Right? Until now, our negative thoughts, anger or attachment, whatever we name, we have 2 minds, positive minds, let's say 3 minds, positive mind, negative minds, neutral mind. When you just look around, like you're listening to your music, you just looking around, that are neither positive nor negative, very neutral. Then suddenly, some reason, you generate anger for 10 minutes or 20 minutes, 1 hour, someday few days, someday few months, right? Some of you are be angry with few years. You can imagine after a few years, when you reflect last few years, you are very angry for a few years, you feel so scared. That last few years, I was so angry with someone. For the last few years, I didn't have any experience of happiness. Right? Then what happened? Last few years, you're torturing yourself. Mean your anger torture you for many, many, many years. It's like same way, attachment also. Instead of, let the negative torture you, why not we use the important, like in a skillful meaning, get compassion or wisdom or emptiness, transform all the negative thoughts into the path. Right? So therefore, practice of giving and taking, and also, I hope you remember when we explain you the uh, seven verses maintaining. When the Buddhists were having so many difficulties, they never feel discouraged. They never feel upset. Instead of feel upsetness, angry, they make a torma, they make a beautiful cake or offer to the Dharma protector, offer to the Buddha, saying, give me more suffering, give me more sickness, give me more difficult. Then my practice become more powerful. Right? If you always fight with the weak person, you feel I'm very strong. Right? But you never be strong. Then as you fight with the weak person, when you're able to defeat, then you fight with the little bit stronger. Finally, you really have to fight with the very strong person. Then you defeat the person that you can consider you are really such a strong. Therefore, remember offering Torma to the Dharma protector, offer Torma to the Buddha, asking, giving more suffering. All the suffering depend on me. All the problems depend on me. I will take all the suffering on me. I wish all sentient beings released from the suffering because the cause of the bodhicitta. Then you can see how they transform the suffering into the path. Right? So now you can see practicing Mahayana path is very simple, very easy. But we don't really try to apply everything, how to transform into the path, how to transform into the Buddhist practice. Nectar. Remember, transform even the disturbing emotion into the nectar. Like poison under the tantric spell, there's no need to express the goodness of the generosity and so forth, which lead to the natural elevated state of the existence. Therefore, it's a poison due to the power mantra, due to the certain chemical, we can change the poison into the medicine. Ashapa, it is like this. Due to the power of Tantra and medicine, the poisons may not cause death. Similarly, since the disturbing emotion of Bodhisattva are under the power of wisdom, they cannot cause them downfalls. Therefore, due to the power of skillful means, Bodhisattva do not abandon the self-existence. They do not fall into nirvana. Due to power of wisdom, they eliminates all object misconceived as truly existent, and therefore they do not fall into self-existence. Thus, they attain the non-abiding nirvana of Buddhahood alone. As a quotation, there's I think same quotation goes. Bodhisattva eliminates all disturbing emotion, and due to their knowledge of the skillful means, they do not abandon sentient being. The rival of the Thought Sutara also says, I have not taught someone who is not concerned for welfare of sentient being, and who is not inclined to realize the nature of all composite phenomena, will achieve unseparable, perfectly accomplished Buddhahood. Therefore, those interested in Buddhahood must cultivate both wisdom and skillful means. Right? We always wish to be Buddha, therefore, we must cultivate both wisdom and skillful means. While you are, now is more put here, while you are meditating on transcendental wisdom, or while you are in the deep meditative absorption, you cannot, you read very carefully, while you are meditating on the transcendental wisdom, or while you are in the deep meditative observation, you cannot engage in skillful means, such as practicing generosity, because you are fully absorbed on emptiness. You are fully meditated on emptiness. For you, just there's only emptiness. There are only two things: a mind, which is wisdom, and the object emptiness. There are no sense of compassion, kindness, tolerance, nothing. Only a wisdom. They cannot engage, right? Now here, cannot engage in skillful means such as the practicing generosity, but skillful means can be cultivated along with the wisdom during the perpetuity and post-meditative period. There is the way to engage in the wisdom and skillful means simultaneously. How you can practice two together? Skillful means can be cultivated, please read, along with the wisdom during the perpetuity and post-meditative period. That means you're going to meditate on emptiness. Before you meditate on emptiness, you just visualize all sentient being. You sincerely cultivate great compassion for bodhicitta. You visualize, all sentient being. You practice, cultivate generosity, any of the five perfection. Within the generating great compassion, within the generating bodhicitta, within the practicing generosity, slowly you just meditate on emptiness. That means meditation, the meditative state is based on great compassion, bodhicitta. Or at the beginning, you just directly meditate on emptiness. Then when you arouse from meditative step, when you arouse from the meditative observation, and you arouse, without, go away the power of wisdom, you engage into practicing generosity, great compassion, bodhicitta. That means previous, you practice skillful means, engage into wisdom. Second one, you enter to bodhicitta, and later you practice the skillful means. Clear? Is for example, before you do prostration, you just practice bodhicitta, great compassion. Then within the having bodhicitta, you do prostration, only prostrate and prostrate, prostrate. But the prostration conjoined with the great compassion bodhicitta. Right? Likewise, we have to learn. Otherwise, there's no special way you can be Buddha. We have to learn how to put all practice together. That you call what called packaging tool, right? Packaging tool. You have a house, you have a room, you have everything there. Packaging. We need to learn packaging practice. Right? We should not practice separately. It's very important. That is the way to engage in the wisdom and skillful means simultaneously. Moreover, this is part of the Bodhisattva in which they engage in an integrated practice of wisdom and skillful means. This is cultivating the transcendental path that is thoroughly imbued with the great compassion, focusing on all sentient beings. And while practice skillful means, after arising from the meditative observation, you practice generosity and other skillful means without misconception, like a magician, without misconception. Let's say you're offering a light, offering an oil lamp or light or incense. What do you need to remember? First you need to remember you remember there's no misconception. The light I'm going to offer is the nature is emptiness. The person, me, whom I'm offering the light, me, also empty of independent existence. The action, the offering also empty of independent existence. We need to realize object, subject, action, three are emptiness. Then then offering light also free from the misconception. Right? Also, when you offer like a flower, also remember the three. When you give a small kind of like $1 to the cleaner, remember the $1, remember the person, object, subject, action, all inherent, empty of inherent existence. That means you are practicing generosity with the wisdom. Right? Wisdom. Also, when you generate bodhicitta, the mind bodhicitta, me as a practitioner, generating bodhicitta, all sentient being, three are also empty of inherent existence. Right? Then again, I'm always wondering, when you make a contribution for offering light, it's something I told Pauline that the symbol light, what cost this one? $5.
$5.
The name, the sticker or what would the tap?
Label.
No, the tap. Label tap, do you know how much cost? The golden color, $18 around. Why? It is cheaper. You're offering the light cost $5, the label cost like $1. Do you think it's worthy? Why you need to put the name on the flowers? If you ask for a light, Buddha's not the stupid, okay? They don't offer the flower. Sometimes I feel very strange that I put in name and some next day people come and checking, where's my name? That means still when you offer, when you make a contribution, still you have a, kind of possess. You are not really fully, give it. You still think this is mine, this is mine. But it's this thing you need to think very carefully. Otherwise, you're offering with a sense of attachment. Sometimes, people, because when you order the flower, the size cannot become same. Someday is small, someday bigger, someday very fresh, someday a bit old. When we take the name of the little bit old flower, people are not happy. Flower is old, my flower is small, why they put the big one? We totally need to free from this kind of conception, okay? When you offer, you offer, no matter is it big or small or fresh or old. Buddha doesn't care. Buddha is not like a monk or sangha. You offer the big flower, Buddha says, wow, I'm so happy you offer a big flower. Buddha will say, if you offer simple flower, Buddha will say, wow, I'm not happy with you, your flower is so small. No, right? For us, Buddha like that. You make a big golden Buddha statue, you think, wow, I'm accumulating a lot of merit. Yes, you can accumulate, but you feel, oh, Buddha is so happy because of the big size. Therefore, what the Kadambala Master says, accumulating great or great or medium or very small merit, it not depend on the object you offering. It depend on your motivation. Remember the story Buddha lifetime. Buddha was invited for a big lunch, invited by the king, with the 500 arhat. The king prepared, nice place, very nice food lunch. But the king have a very ego. I am going to invite Buddha. I will offer. There was sense of attachment. I offer these things. Then next to the palace, there was a beggar. The beggar can see, like invited Buddhas include 500 arhat, offer beautiful robe and food. The beggar have a very sense of rejoice. He really feel, wow, so rejoice. After lunch, and the king asked Buddha to dedicate the merit to, I think, welfare for his palace. Buddha said, there's no much I can dedicate. There's no much I can dedicate. They spend all the thing, but there's no much merit. Compared with all your merit with the beggar accumulate much greater merit than you because of ego, because of nan. Right? This we have to know. In order to accumulate a great amount of merit doesn't mean you have to spend a lot of money. You have to, give so many big things. But most important, don't forget to have a sincere, great motivation. Right? It's very important. They have generosity and other spiritual meaning without misconception, like a magician. So I just go to the sentence, stanza number 25. Yeah. Just as a magician endeavor to let his creation go, since he already know the nature of this creation, he has no attached to it. Similarly, the three worlds are like an illusion, which the wise Buddha knew about long before knew the sentient beings in this world are and had undertaking effort to have them. So we have to practice Dharma. So we have to do all our, the good deeds. You have to be like a magician, right? Magician. What does it mean? When the magician produce, very beautiful object, beautiful flower, beautiful, very nice horse. The magician doesn't have attachment because he knows this is my creation. There's nothing I can hold on, right? So we have to be like magician. When you do offering, all the offerings is my own come from my own perception. There are nothing independent offerings. Have to be magician, non-attachment. Okay, now we go next one. I thought this one to explain. We have a few minutes. Okay, so that 25, page number. In this way, become familiar with the generosity and other skillful means that are dedicated, dedicated to unsurmountable and perfect accomplished enlightenment. Having the essence of emptiness and great compassion. That whatever you do, any practice, simple ones, these are one time mani peme home. The chanting, without the chanting, in the essence, you must have a great compassion and wisdom. Clear? Yeah. Emptiness and great compassion. In order to generate the ultimate awakening mind of bodhicitta, as we done earlier, practice karma-binding meditation and special insight as much as you can in a regular session. Therefore, we have to do regularly the true meditation with a great compassion, bodhicitta. As it was taught in the pure field of the Engagement Sutra, always familiarize yourself with the skillful meaning by closely placing the mindfulness on the good quality of the Bodhisattva who work for the welfare of sentient beings at all time. At all time, we must practice all the skillful meaning wisdom within the true practice, karma body, and special insight. The last important one, those who become familiar with the compassion, skillful means, and the awakening mind of bodhicitta in this way will undoubtedly excel in the life, in this life. Buddha and Bodhisattva will always be seen in dream. And other pleasant dream will also occur. And appreciative goals will protect you. There will be immense accumulation of merit and insight at every moment. Now you can see it's a simple practice, have a lot of benefits. If everybody wish to see Buddha, what you can do, you practice bodhicitta and wisdom with bodhicitta, Buddha will. You can see Buddha. Also you can see Buddha in your dream. There will be immense accumulation of merit and insight at every moment. Disturbing emotion, other bad state of existence will be purified. You will enjoy much happiness and mental peace at all time, at a great all time, and many beings will cherish you. Physically true, you will be free from the disease. You will attain the supreme mental faculties, and thus you will achieve the special quality like a clairvoyance. Right? Want to see Buddha, practice the true path, wisdom, bodhicitta. Want to see, nice dream, practice this too. Wish to achieve clairvoyance, practice this too within the true meditation. Then you will travel to miraculous power to innumerable world, make offering to the Buddha and listen to the teaching from them. Right? If you want to go, many of the Buddha's land by the miracle power, you have to practice the bodhicitta, wisdom bodhicitta with the skillful mean. And you can go, many Buddha land. You can make a lot of offering to the many Buddhas in Buddha land. Also, you listen teaching from them. Right? This is important here. Offer to the Buddhas and listen teaching. Right? Therefore, everybody has your own guru. You surely, everybody make offering to your guru. You should not just be happy offering things to the guru. What you need, what is your expectation? Teach Dharma. Teach Dharma. Otherwise, you are not asking guru teach Dharma. You are not listening their teaching. You always make offering, and the guru become very rich, you become very poor. Financially, you become very poor. Mentally, become very poor. Right? You offer so many to the guru, then you ask the guru, teach me Dharma. Then financially, you become quite poor, but mentally, you become very rich. richness you have, receive from your guru, receive from Buddha, you can bring with you for next life. Right? Can you?
Yes.
Give your day. Yeah, this is very important, okay? Because many of us, right, many particularly, many Singaporean, it's very strange. I feel it's really, I feel very strange. Sometimes I really don't know what I can say. I said in the past, since you accept someone as your guru, since whatever done by guru, everything good, everything good. You cannot say, oh, the guru is doing bad. Whatever done by guru, you feel good. You feel good. If somebody say, Chris, oh, I don't know, your guru is not so good at doing this and that, or you feel angry. Since you're not going to stop, not going to talk to the person. What happened? Because since you accept someone as your guru, your wisdom totally close. You become very blind person. Your wisdom become very blind. Then there's no way you can discriminate good and bad. There's no way you can differentiate this is good, this is bad. Look at the history of Dalai Lama. You can imagine he has a most two important teacher or guru, Tijani Boch and Lingri Bochi. Very important. But when he's come to the what called the Shugden, Tijani Boche, and we don't say practice. We say Tijani Boche very much rely on the Shugden. Do the I think monthly prayer to the Shugden. After researching, when he saw his research, do a lot of research, then he fully understood. You can use the practicing Shugden or relying Shugden is not good. Then he directly told his teacher, this is not good. He always say, he's my guru. I always appreciate, remember his teaching. He's a very good teacher. But relying on Shugden is mistake. Can you say your guru? You give me teaching very good. You doing this is very bad. Can you say? Cannot. Look at the example he showed us. He openly said, before he passed away, this is wrong. This is very good. He also said, I never ever have a kind of, kind of, my faith never become little bit weak. Believe in the Tijani Boche. But, teaching this kind of practice to others is wrong and mistake. So we must have this kind of wisdom, right? So therefore, this something is very strange, very strange. Remember what Buddha said in the one sutra, lay people offer physical food to the bhikshu, offer the physical food, physical medicine to the bhikshu. The bhikshu must offer the mental food to the lay person. This means exchanging, you give me food, I don't have a food, I need a food, you give me food, I give you teaching. It's not the business, okay? Teaching. Do we do like this? You offer physical food and money to the guru. Have you received, the physical, mental food for you? Not much. Right? So we must do the fair business. Okay, so next we will do the dedications within this chanting that, okay, not only this, we finish few sentence here, there must be moment of the death somewhere. There's a vote in the way you meditate on okay. All phenomena. In the way of sentence number where?
Last page of 25.
Yeah.
And then goes to the next page of 26.
Okay, 25.
Last
Then
slide.
you will travel to at the time of the death, true. you will undoubtedly see Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. In future life, you will be reborn in the spiritual family and place where you will not be separated from the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Thus, you will effortlessly accomplish all accumulation of merit and insight. You will have great wealth, a large following, and the many attendants. Possessing a sharp intelligence, you will be able to repent the mindstep of many beings. In all life, such as person will be able to recall past life. Try to understand such as immeasurable advantage that are also described in the other sutra. Right? So everything you can see in a moment of death, appear Buddha, Bodhisattva, have such a great life for the next life. It depends on the practices. Bodhicitta, skillful meaning with the wisdom, wisdom skillful with the bodhicitta. Now the last stanza, 27. Also this one, I think there's a reason to say by the Kamadashila. The Buddha thus said, the omniscient transcendental wisdom is produced with what? Produced with compassion as its root. Awakening mind of the bodhicitta as its cause is perfect of the skillful mean. Right? The omniscient is must rooted by compassion, caused by skillful mean of the bodhicitta, a cause and perfect skillful mean. Thus, was distinct themselves from the jealousy and other sins. The thirst for the knowledge is unquenchable like an ocean. That's mean, this a little different words in Tibetan. Let's see. The wise refer to the, let's say, practitioner or scholar, but distant themselves for what? Jealousy and other sin. That means if you are practitioner, right? First, you must keep distant. You shouldn't have a jealousy for others. You shouldn't have any kind of negative thoughts. Because this day also you can see, within one village or someone, there's let's say two Geshe. Okay, example, two Geshe. Both Geshe are, let's say, same class, same teacher. They are good friends. Slowly, the other Geshe become little bit famous. Then what happened? Other Geshe jealous. They were saying, should not be jealous. But you can see within the friend, one of the friend have a better position, thinking the other friend jealous. We should not be like this. And the thirsty of knowledge is uncontrollable like ocean. So we must learn, we must gain knowledge as much as you can, like drink the ocean water. When you feel thirsty, you drink ocean water. When you do, you drink more, The salty water cannot fulfill your thirsty. But we have to study, we need to gain a lot of knowledge. They retain only what is purposed through the discrimination. They retain only what is purposed through the discrimination. Just like a swan extracting milk from the water. After you study, many books, many texts, you cannot take all the meaning in your mind. You cannot practice everything. But among the knowledge, and among the understanding, you need to select. Oh, this I can practice, this is very useful. I practice this and this, you must select. Right? So in order to select the knowledge, in order to practice the knowledge in your daily life, what do you have to do? First, you should not, clinging on your own idea. You already have a concept about practice. You need to clean your brain a little bit. You must have a little space in your brain, little space in your heart. Then you can, select you can, put the knowledge for your practice. If your brain, if your mind, your heart is totally full of your own, mindset, your own understanding, no matter how many books you read, you cannot go in because there are no space. Your hard disk is completely full. Right? When you upload some want to store in your hard disk, first you can see, okay, it's going. Slowly what I say? The hard disk is full. Our heart is really full of trash. Therefore, you read Lamrim, same thing. You read in any good books, like one of the rare important books you study for a few months, few years, you are still same. Right? Right? Same.